You don't have bad luck in relationships. You have a pattern. And the worst part? You already know it. You felt it before. That moment where something starts to feel off. Where you notice the red flags. Where your intuition is quietly telling you, this isn't right. But you ignore it. You stay. You justify. You hope. And somehow, you end up in the exact same situation again. Different person, same ending. So let's stop pretending it's just bad luck. Because if the outcome keeps repeating, there's something deeper going on. And yes, part of it is your zodiac sign. Not because astrology controls your life, but because it reflects your emotional patterns, your instincts, your blind spots. And those blind spots? They're exactly where your relationships start to fall apart. So if you're ready to hear the truth, let's talk about what you keep doing. That's quietly destroying your relationships. You ignore red flags when you feel a connection. You meet someone, there's chemistry. It feels intense, different, exciting. And immediately, you're hooked. But here's the problem. You don't fall for people, you fall for potential. You see who they could be, not who they are. So when they show you inconsistencies, you explain it away. When they pull back, you chase harder. When they treat you less than you deserve, you tell yourself it's temporary. And before you realize it, you're emotionally invested in someone who was never fully there. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern. You confuse intensity with real connection. Let's be honest. Calm doesn't excite you. Stability feels boring. What pulls you in is intensity. The highs, the lows, the emotional roller coaster. Because it feels like passion, like something real. But it's not. It's inconsistency. And your brain gets addicted to it. So when someone healthy shows up, consistent, respectful, predictable, you don't feel the same spark. Not because they're wrong, but because your nervous system is used to chaos. So you walk away from something good and run back to something familiar. You stay longer than you should. Deep down, you know when something isn't working. But you stay anyway. Because you don't give up easily. Because you believe people can change. Because you've already invested so much. So you hold on. Even when it hurts. Even when it's draining you. Even when it's obvious. They're not choosing you the same way. And by the time you finally leave, you're exhausted, broken, confused. And then, you repeat it all over again. You take things personally, even when they're not. When someone pulls away, you don't just notice it, you feel it deeply. And your mind starts racing. What did I do? Did I say something wrong? Why are they changing? So instead of giving space, you try to fix it. You ask questions. You seek reassurance. And sometimes, that pushes them even further away. Not because you're too much, but because you're reacting to fear instead of reality. You attract what you haven't healed. This is the hardest truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what feels familiar. So if chaos feels normal, you'll keep choosing chaos. If inconsistency feels normal, you'll keep choosing people who can't commit. Not consciously, but emotionally. And until you recognize that, nothing changes. So what does this have to do with your zodiac sign? Everything. Because your zodiac sign shapes how you, handle emotions, respond to conflict, choose partners, deal with attachment. Some signs love too hard, some avoid vulnerability, some chase, some run. But all of them have patterns. And if you don't become aware of yours, you'll keep living it. Here's the shift. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to be less emotional, less intense, less caring. You just need to become aware. Aware of what you ignore, what you tolerate, what you chase, what you fear. Because once you see the pattern, you can break it. Be honest. How many times have you said, "This time will be different"? And it wasn't? How many times have you ignored your intuition just to avoid being alone? How many times have you chosen potential over reality? Drop your zodiac sign in the comments and tell me which part hit you the hardest. Because if this made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're finally seeing it. And in the next video, we're breaking down exactly which toxic pattern your zodiac sign repeats and how to stop it. Because once you understand that, everything changes.